started talking to us about these other families where the first wife divorced the husband so he could marry the second wife legally.
Sister Wives, season 19, episode 15, first impression. It's been 6 days, whatever.
I remember thinking, yeah, that's a plant. And she mentioned that several times through the years. Like she was putting that in there because she would have loved that to happen. I don't think Meri felt like it was planted. I think Meri felt like it was her own idea.
Fair assertion, response.
So the idea that I planted an idea in Meri's head is an absolute lie. I never said it. I don't even know anyone who divorced their first wife so that the second wife could adopt kids. I've never even heard of that before.
So she's never met the man that is the subject of this article and who Kody was testifying on behalf of. The guy who was so afraid of the courts, and they actually mentioned that several times in this episode too, that he went to the courts with the ex-attorney general of Utah, Mark Shurtleff. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. Then who is this?
What are they doing?
Who's that?
Snowy.
This guy right here. Who's that?
For that.
Let's talk about what happened leading up to that. Okay, so we start and they're at Meri's B&B and she's kind of saying it's strange to be back in Utah because the police were threatening to prosecute them, which in that case, historically, that was very unlikely to happen. And unless you were doing something else. And I've seen the police reports and everything. It never went beyond a police report. Not to mention Kody had deep personal ties with Mark Shurtleff, who is the person that I mentioned, who was the Attorney General of Utah at that time, has since retired and now works a lot with polygamists and those groups and all of that stuff. Not a good guy. He got Kyle Henderson. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So then Meri starts talking about the divorce and how that emotionally affected her and that it was really hard, but and I think a lot of people have been in this situation where logically you know something, but emotionally it's something else. And both of those are valid. And if you don't care for that emotional hurt, the logic, they're going to meet up and there's going to be a problem.
Even though I had the logical part of me saying, no, you still have the spiritual side of the marriage, it felt emotionally like I was getting rid of the whole marriage. It was so hard. And I had to tell myself all the time, no, it's not. We still have that spiritual marriage.
Kody comes in with his comment and makes us remember that he is literally just all of our horrible exes stitched together and sentient.
I never felt like that legal divorce did anything to us. Meri volunteered it, but for some reason, it still had an emotional impact on her.
Full disclosure, I cut off the end where he's like, oh, well, that's when the catfish happened. I had no idea she was upset. Bro, that was filmed. Like, everybody could tell she was having a hard time. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Because he gets even grosser.
Meri and I, after that divorce, left Robyn and went to dinner together. I gave her a special ring, and we probably went home and made love. I mean, I'm just going, we're not breaking this up.
I'll let Meri take this one because these people have always been adamant about not talking about that sort of thing. I mean, there's entire tell-alls where they were just shut down because someone asked about that part of their life. And to use that to make yourself look good, well...
I think it's kind of disgusting that he would bring up a potentially intimate moment with somebody that he's divorced from, because I can guarantee you that he would never talk about those moments in the setting with his wife.
Agreed. Now let's get back to that Kyle Henderson thing. And was it a plant?
Is an absolute lie. I never said it. I don't even know anyone who divorced their first wife so that the second wife could adopt kids. I've never even heard of that before. Meri told me when she made the offer that when we were getting to know each other, she had the idea in her head to offer to give me the legal marriage so that Kody could adopt my kids. I never even wanted to be legally married to Kody. I was actually really grateful that I wasn't going to be legally married to Kody because I'd gone through so much trauma with my legal divorce of my last marriage. I was very happy and content with my spiritual marriage. I didn't need anything else.
Let's first challenge the assertion that I've never even heard of this, didn't even know it was a thing, by going to some text from their own belief system, the Law of Sarah. Now, the Law of Sarah is what kind of dictates what's going to go on, how kids are sealed, all of this stuff, right? So if new kids come into the family, first, they can't be sealed to their biological father. Then you have to be married to the mother. Then you have to provide an adoption certificate with your name and the mother's name on it so that they can be sealed to you. It's like the rules. Second challenge to that assertion, and the big problem I have with that too, is this article is about a man named Kyle Henderson. Kyle Henderson, a very close friend of the Browns for a very long time, also tried to do the marriage shuffle, and his first wife, legal wife, said no. That resulted in him attempting to her and dumping her in the middle of nowhere with nothing. When they went to court, Kody was supposed to testify as an expert witness on behalf of the AUB, and that didn't work out. He didn't have to testify. Plus, Kyle got a slap on the wrist, if you could even call it that. Kyle's attorney was Mark Shurtleff, the former Attorney General of the state of Utah and a close personal friend of Kody Brown. Second assertion, I didn't even want to do that. You can see through several episodes, I'm not even going to go get clips because it happened so many times, of her reminding everyone that if something happened to her, they're going to take her kids. And if something happens to me, you won't even see them again. And if something happens to me. So I really, like, it's on camera. We're not doing any Kyle Henderson erasure. You know plenty of people who do that. I bet you I got like 4 people I could reach out to and find several other people in the AUB that you knew who did that. But you know, that's a lot of work and I don't know. I'll see you in part 2.